Take a look at this poor oaf in the corner. This poor one-track-minded oaf that follows us by our very coattails. He's our client today. Welcome back to Layton's Mystery Journey. Ernest. Oh, Ernest. Ernest. What have you done? Or what have you not done? Hello, Cheryl.
Oh, there you are, Pinstripes. I was beginning to wonder what happened.
Miss Layton asked me to stop off on my way and buy some things for her. Tea, of course, this fashion magazine, and a snack for later on today.
In the dog's body again, eh?
Isn't Miss Layton here herself?
She's gone out. Said she'd be back late.
Oh, what a pity.
She left a message for you, though. Wanna hear it?
Of course. Gosh, this sounds awfully important. My palms are starting to sweat.
Alright then, if you're sure you're ready. Ernest, while I'm gone, tidy up.
Is that it?
Right, so, not quite what you were expecting. I feel your pain.
Oh no, it's quite alright. I had a suspicion it might say that. So, where shall I start, I wonder?
It's rough being the underdog, eh?
Having to tidy up after your boss because she's so terrible at it? Well, I wouldn't say that, Cheryl. She's not terrible at tidying at all. She tidies when she wants to tidy. But when she doesn't want to tidy, she doesn't. She's just being true to herself.
She's just being true to her selfishness, you mean?
She never wanted to tidy in her life, so Muggins had to do it. Well, that last part may be true.
There's something I've been meaning to ask you, Pinstripes. This is the perfect opportunity.
Oh, what is it?
What are you doing? Why do you work here as Kat's assistant? She doesn't even pay you, does she?
No, she doesn't. I work here because I owe Miss Layton a debt of gratitude.
Must be a big one. What happened?
It was when I met her for the very first time.
I'm listening.
I was being investigated by Scotland Yard.
You? Come on, do you think I was turned into a dog yesterday?
This is where you cued the flashback sound. Inspector Hastings had summoned me to his office. There'd been a theft, you see, and I was the prime suspect.
Ernest Graves, you did it, didn't you?
It wasn't me. I'm innocent, Inspector, I swear.
Don't give me that, sunshine. I know it was you who broke into Dr. Ohm's laboratory and nicked his research papers. Admit it.
Broke into? No, I didn't. There must have been some terrible misunderstanding.
So you're still gonna deny it, are you?
There are witnesses, you know. Seen sneaking in there.
What more evidence do you think I need to put you away? Come clean, sunshine, or things are gonna get ugly.
But I've only just started at Gressenheller University. Why would a fresher like me? Oh, Gressenheller University.
What do you think you're doing barging in here when I'm interviewing a suspect?
I can't believe you've brought this poor man here to Scotland Yard.
You what?
You can't accuse people without carrying out a proper investigation first. It sounds like the only evidence you have is circumstantial, that he was at the scene.
Who are you, you little cheeky so-and-so?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Katrielle. Katrielle Layton.
Well, I don't care if you're the Queen of Sheba. You don't come down here and start interfering in police business. If you got a complaint about the way we do things, you follow proper procedure and solve this puzzle.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. There's a line of 5 cars driving along the road, and they're all breaking the speed limit. The next day, the 5 drivers go to the police station, but only 4 of them are charged with speeding. Which car was the one that was being driven by the person who was not charged? Is one of these a police car in secret? Because it says 5 cars are breaking the speed limit, right? So, like, naturally the police would have to break the speed limit to catch them. And they wouldn't go charging themselves because they were just trying to catch the culprit. But I can't really tell by looking at them if that's what they're going for. None of these really strike me as police cars, but I'm also not British. Although if that picture in the bottom left is anything to go by, then you would think it'd be the one in the back. Which would be the light blue one. Then, you know, that car is catching up to him. It certainly can't be the front car, because if that one's not speeding and you can't pass them, then... You know, and then... I mean, that's just logic in general. Doesn't it have to just be the back car? I'm really hoping I don't have to redo all that story stuff.
This is an interesting one.
There we go.
Puzzles are made for solving.
Yeah, apparently that is a patrol car. Heck if I knew.
You cracked it. Well, that's a turn up for the books.
Any puzzle solved is my motto. Unlike Scotland Yard's, which seems to be any blame absolved.
Blimey.
Inspector Hastings, sorry to barge in, sir, but it's nearly time.
Oh yes, of course. I've got an appointment at Gressenheller. Thanks for reminding me, Constable. Right, Greaves. Looks like you're off the hook for now. But you're still at the top of my list, Sunshine. As soon as I've got more evidence.
Oh no, please.
Come on, Pete. Let's get over to the university.
Yes, sir. You're free to go, then. Can I make him believe me? I didn't do it. Well, they're gone now, and they said you're free to go too, so why don't we get out of here? Oh, well, unless you'd like to stay. Oh, golly, no. Then I suggest we leave now before the inspector comes back. Yes. And that's how we were thrust together, how the heavens conspired to make us meet. Of course you'd love if there was thrusting involved, Ernest, but she doesn't see you that way, at least not from what I can tell. She was like a goddess of destiny in my eyes then. From moment one, he's just been after the thirst. You're gonna go accusing me of stealing stuff, then I'm gonna go ahead and actually steal stuff from you. Namely, your hint coins. Or your collection items, for that matter. Thank you for helping me before, I mean. I'm Ernest Greaves. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Ernest. Pleasure's all mine, Miss Layton. I must say, it's jolly good of you to believe me. That I'm not the thief, I mean. Oh no, I just couldn't abide that loud-mouthed inspector's sloppy detective work. Oh? I skipped the text, but I think she's saying she can't rule him out completely because she doesn't know anything yet. But I didn't do it. If that's the case about the stolen research papers, isn't it? From the professor at Gressenheller? Yes, that's right. Somehow I seem to be a suspect. But you didn't do it. Honestly? No, honestly, I didn't. Please, you have to believe me. Well, Ernest, if that is your real name, you don't look like a thief, or the sort of person who'd try to deceive others. I'm not. I really haven't done anything wrong. So you're a student at the university, are you? Yes, I've only just enrolled though, but somehow I've already managed to get myself into an awful fix. I always seem to have the most dastardly luck. Only this morning I fell down a drain in the street and got bit by a dog. See, a walking calamity, you might say. I mean, he's no Ganon, but we'll make do. Well, your luck may have changed. I'd intended to go to Gressenheller today anyway. Come along with me, I can do what I was planning there and prove your innocence en passant. En passant? Oui, en passant. Unless you'd rather I don't interfere. Oh, no, I mean, please do interfere. That is, if you really think you can prove it. Of course. Right then. Let's go. Now, yes, all right then. Miss Lane made it seem like proving my innocence would be as easy as falling off a log. So I went along with her, hoping desperately that she was right. Let me save, cause we're paranoid. You there, no riddles for me? Dearie me, I wonder what's afoot. I saw Inspector Hastings rush off. I only know what I've heard, of course, that he's very passionate about his job, that he can be rather overbearing at times, just because he can't abide law-breaking of any sort. Overbearing fits the bill rather well in his case. But I haven't broken any laws. I also heard he can be a little slow sometimes. And I've also heard, though this is just between you and me, that at home, his wife rules the roost, as it were. Oh, listen to me, I don't like to gossip, you know, but when people ask... don't tell anyone I told you, will you? Any coins, puzzles, items? You got a puzzle? Hello, madam. Don't suppose you've lost a puzzle? We've had one landed in the Lost Him property, but we've not been able to solve it. Imperfect triangle. Here we have a board made up of lots of small, regular triangles. If you cut the board in two, you can put the two pieces together to make one big, regular triangle. You're not allowed to flip either of the pieces over. Alright, let's see here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16. So the triangle is gonna be like 4 Triforces big. And we've already got like 2 of these Triforce shapes right here, and this is most of one. There needs to be a corner to it. Keep in mind that I'm not allowed to flip things over. Alright, I mean, this hexagon tape shape that could... for a decent. Oh, I think I see it. If I do that, and then I like slide this piece into here, I should think that would do it.
I've seen how to solve this now. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
Dun 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 dun! Save. Boink. Leave. Boink. What's the best way to the university? Oh, I can show you. Just follow me. I say, will this be your first time visiting Gressenheller? No, I used to go there quite often as a child, but it's been rather a long time. And I haven't been from here before. I'm not sure what the best way is. Really? Don't worry, we'll be there in a jiffy. You got a puzzle? If I'm not very much mistaken very often, that who just went past was the esteemed Inspector Hastings. And if I'm not mistaken, as you know, I'm often not mistaken, he was off to investigate something. Old Ducky smells the distinctive stink of a case, in which case I may have a story for the morning paper. Oh no, a reporter? Gosh, what if it's all over the news, Miss Layton? My face could be on the front page of every paper in London. Don't worry, Ernest, I would never make the front page news. Page 3 at best. Page 3, I don't have the figure for that. Game, what you hiding from me out here? Climb up to the flag, get the coin. Climb up to the other flag, get the other coin. Any puzzles lying in wait? Okay, off we go. There we are, miss, in a jiffy as promised. Ah, well, this brings back memories. I haven't been to Gressenheller for a long time now. It's hardly changed at all. Are you alright? Sorry, oh, I'm fine. So they say it has a long and distinguished history, this college. Yes, that's right, it's one of the top 2 in London. Well, it looks the part. The buildings have that particular character about them that says this is a centre of learning. Oh look, there's the constable we saw at Scotland Yard. What if he arrests me? Relax, he looks like he's busy investigating. In fact, why don't we ask him how his inquiries are coming along? Oh, I hope they found something that proves I couldn't have done it. Hey, bunny boy. So this is London? So many big buildings. Sangria seems a long way away now. First I will sell my popolnos here. And then when everyone knows what they are, I will sell them all over the world. When popolnos are famous, Sangria will be famous. And when Sangria is famous, we will have more tourists, and everyone will be happy. So it's party time! Popolno selling party! Is there a festival today? There's a man, or rabbit, or someone over there dancing. Oh, he dropped a puzzle. These rockets are being tested out. To see how they launch and land, each rocket can only move to a launching pad that is the same number of spaces away as the display. Rockets can fly over other rockets, but cannot land on launching pads occupied by a rocket. Position the 3 rockets in 3-2-1 order from left to right without any gaps. Okay, so I can move you 3 spaces, but I can only move you 1 space, which is possible if I move that other one first. Then I can do this. And that makes it impossible. Okay. Oh look, I got it.
So, in conclusion, still no patch on Miss Layton, of course.
Excuse me, I think this puzzle may have fallen out of your rucksack. Very good then, give me the coin. Give me this other coin. No, that wasn't another coin. But that was. I may need to listen to this track on its own later. Alright, Bob Brackett, you got anything for us? I think you'll find Gressenheller University is one of the most prestigious in all London. Many old Gressenhellerians, open bracket, what a mouthful, close bracket, have gone on to become famous academics, politicians, and artists. Well, that's very impressive. That means you're an academic high flyer then, doesn't it, Ernest? Oh, well, thanks for the compliment, miss. That was very flattering. This is no time to be feeling pleased with yourself. If the police manage to pin this theft on you, you'll be an infamous Gressenhellerin, not a famous one. Sorry, you are quite right. Hello, 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 what have we here? If it isn't the very fellow who Inspector Hastings brought in for questioning before. You were discharged, lad. What are you doing here? Thought better of it and come to confess? No, definitely not. I didn't do it. I'm rather intrigued by the case, Constable. I hear some research papers were stolen, is that right? No money, no valuables. Were the documents worth anything per se? Well, they happen to have been the very important research papers of Dr. Jean Ohm. And who is this Dr. Jean Ohm? Oh, I can fill you in on that front, miss. He's one of the most influential researchers in the field of plant genetics. He's published countless revolutionary papers on the subject. He's actually the reason I enrolled here. I wanted to study under him for years now. Oh, really? And on your first day, you managed to be accused of stealing his work? Well, yes, somehow I did. Apparently the results of Dr. Ohm's current research has been heavily anticipated by boffins all over the world for some time. So we believe, madam, that is most likely is worth a bob or two. I see, it's cutting-edge research, is it? That sort of scientific discovery that money can't buy, is that the idea? Precisely, madam. We're investigating accordingly. Our inquiries are ongoing. Yes, of course. Thank you, Constable. Well, Ernest, it looks like the police are well underway with their investigation, so there's not a moment to lose. Why not, miss? Because we want to prove your innocence before they do. Or don't. It's no fun if we don't beat them to it. Fun? That's right, fun. So I think you'd better tell me your movements up to when the theft was discovered. What did you do today since you arrived? Where did you go? Who did you speak to? Tell me everything. Yes, my movements. Well, today was my first day, as you know. And I've been just dying to have my first lecture from Dr. Ohm. I think he's simply spiffing, you see. Yes, I was looking more for hard facts, Ernest. Suddenly, I found myself standing outside the gates of this wizard university, thinking to myself, that's not really relevant at the moment. Well, so then I finally took my first step. my very first footprint in the metaphorical snow of the campus. Really was nothing short of momentous. So to sum up, you walked through the university gates. Alright, let's follow in your momentous footsteps of earlier today, shall we? So, Miss Layton started investigating the case in order for us to prove my innocence. I was terrified that the accusations would stick, that I'd be branded a criminal. But little by little, as I saw how confident she was, our nerves started to settle. Our first clue, the research stolen was high profile. Let's go in. Alright then, Ernest, we've established you entered the university grounds. Then what? Is this strictly necessary? I mean, are my movements in the lead up to the theft really important? Wouldn't it be better to go straight to the scene of the crime and investigate there first? No, I have a feeling that understanding your movements is the way to go. Is there anything more to it than a feeling? Don't worry, Ernest. Trust your instincts, or more precisely, trust mine. I see. It's your instincts that are guiding you. Alright then, I will. I'm sure your instincts won't let me down. Thank you. So then, what did you do next? Oh, wait a minute. I think I've just spotted another policeman over there. You mean that man? Yes, that's him. He's one of Inspector Hastings' men. Really? So he's a detective, is he? Yes, D.C. Booker, I think his name is. Let's hope he doesn't book you then. Gosh, yes, I don't want that. Let's hide so he doesn't notice me. Don't be daft, Ernest. We should use the opportunity to ask him how his investigation is progressing. You don't mean you're not actually going to go and speak to him? Of course. If we keep just loitering around here, giving him furtive glances, he'll definitely think we're suspicious. Well, alright then. Before we go talking to anybody, save in case we find a puzzle. Check the windows. That's text. Other windows. Bushes. Chimney. Dome. Chimney. It's really just the hint coin in the bush. Doors also yield flavor text. I thought I heard the sound over here. Another window that just happens to yield flavor text. Oh, there's a coin up there in that smaller window. Symmetry. Oh, alright, on to you. Good day to you, detective. Hello. Wait, how do I know you, young man? Let me see here. Yes, you fit the description here in my notes perfectly. Ernest Greaves, I believe. You are... Where is it now? The prime suspect. No, I mean, yes, I am Ernest Greaves, but I was released earlier due to lack of evidence. Yes, it does mention that here, actually. Whew, I'm glad your notes are up to date, officer. Never go anywhere without my notebook. Yes. I see here there are a number of other suspects in this case. Really? I didn't know that. It says here a number of other researchers were competing with Ohm in his field. We believe... What do we believe? Yes, we believe it might be a case of a rival academic trying to discredit the professor. So does that mean I'm off the hook? No, that's just one possibility. You're still firmly in the picture, I'm afraid. If you're still in my notebook, you're still a suspect. Oh. I see. A world-famous professor would inevitably have rivals, I suppose. So let's carry on tracing your movements, Ernest. Did you enter the building next? No, I didn't do that. Really? You didn't go into the main building on your first day? No, you see, when I'd come this far, I suddenly caught a wonderful floral whiff. and I wandered off in search of flowers that had made it. You let the smell of flowers divert your attention? Yes, that's right. I just popped over to that flower bed over there to have a look. Well, if we're following in your footsteps, it looks like we'd better pop over to it. It's just over there around the side of the building. Following Miss Layton's instincts, we started to carry out our investigation by retracing my steps. We relived everything I had done that fateful morning, up to the point when I was accused of stealing Dr. Ohm's work. He has rivals. That cuts us like a third of the way there. So this is where the scent led you to. They are beautiful flowers, aren't they? Rather, it's a marvelous display, isn't it? Such a lot of different varieties of rose. Yes, so after you came here to the flower bed, then what? Well, I stood and admired the flowers for a little while. Alright then, I'll just stand and admire the flowers for a little while too. Ah yes, I see, you're really trying to get inside my head, aren't you? Become the suspect, as it were, so you can see how to prove my innocence. Not really, I just like flowers. Oh, they're very splendid. Every flower is in full bloom. They smell divine. Ernest, are you alright? We're staring at the flowers, not me, remember? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Gosh. Well, I think we should investigate the area while we're here. That way we can enjoy the flowers a little longer. You there, Ah, that's presumably one of my fellow students. He seems to be muttering to himself about something. How did I mess up so badly? 3 out of 10. Oh, what a rubbish score. Still, no one needs to know. And no one will, not the way I disposed of my answer sheet. I really should study next time. He's sighing constantly. I wonder what the problem is. Yes, I wonder. Some grass yields some flavor text. This grass has the puzzle. Here's a fun puzzle about flowers. Some mysterious flowers are growing, with petals that change color when you touch them. Each flower has 5 petals, and a petals connected by a strand are the same color. Each flower needs to have 5 different colors, not including white. Select a petal to cycle through the colors. Petals that have a color from the beginning cannot change. Okay, so I could make both of those red, or both of those purple. That other one already has purple, so, you know, process of elimination, and there's no 6 color to work with. Each flower needs to have 5 different colors, not including white. So, means that's red, that means this is purple. Seems like this is just going to be a very basic process of elimination. Yeah, we're gonna want to save this one for last because it's missing the most. But since it has purple, that one can't be purple. It should be green instead, and then this one can be purple to finish off the right flower. Alright, now this one has green, so that can't be green. This one's green. This one is blue. This one has yellow. But that one's already connected. Yellow or green. Maybe we make this one yellow so that they can both get the yellow. And this one can just be red. That ought to do it.
I've seen how to solve this now.
Yeah, that was
Any mystery
dead
or
simple.
any puzzle solved.
Anyway, there really are spectacular roses, aren't there? Definitely, you don't often see such a beautiful display. Someone's obviously worked very hard indeed to nurse them to their full glory. And we are enjoying them at just the right time. They're at their peak now. Just think, I could have missed this if I hadn't followed my nostrils. It must be my lucky day. Your lucky day? Aren't you forgetting you've been accused of theft? You're a little odd, Ernest, aren't you? Odd? Am I? Oh. Stunning roses! Very important. That's already half the clues. This might be a pretty short case. So we've enjoyed some pretty flowers. Let's get back to retracing your steps. After the scent had drawn you here, and you'd gazed at the flowers for a while, what did you do next? Oh, you see, I went a little closer, like this. Careful, miss. Sorry, don't step any closer than that, it's dangerous. There's goat poo on the ground. Goat poo? Oh, that was close. I very nearly trod in it. Yes, I did tread in it earlier. Oh no. Oh yes. You are unlucky, aren't you? What's all this goat poo doing here anyway? Well, you see, keep goats here on campus. There's a little goat shed just a bit further on. You know your way around very well for someone on their first day. It's because after I'd trodden in the poo, I went looking for somewhere to wash off my shoe. I came across the goat shed then, you see. So that's where you went next. You really were determined not to actually go into the building. I'm a bad student. Well, come along then, let's get over to this goat shed. My terrible bad luck had led me into a pile of goat poo. Was that really relevant to Miss Layton's investigation? I couldn't hide my doubts, but nevertheless I took her on to the goat shed. Boy, Ernest, when people say you are SOL, you are taking that to new extremes. Alright, other goodies hidden around this garden before I go. In the windows. In the chimneys. There's some of those goat droppings that they were just talking about. To the goats. Here we are, miss. This is the goat shed. Oh, they really do have goats. Listen to them bleating. They're adorable. Oh, hello. You're the fresher with the pooey shoe, aren't you? Did you manage to get it clean? Yes, thank you. You saved me a lot of embarrassment by letting me wash it off. Hello, I'm Katrielle. You're responsible for looking after the goats, are you? Oh, hi there. I'm Billy. Yes, that's right. I mean, I'm a student at the university, but these goats are part of my studies. I'm researching goat behavior, you see. So that's why you've got goats on campus. Feels more like London Zoo than a London university, doesn't it? It's really great, actually. You're welcome to hang around for a while. If you like, it's a really good way to wind down. Thank you. I have heard things like goat yoga or goat therapy, so he's probably not wrong. There's something therapeutic about watching the animals going about their business, isn't there? When I was washing off my shoe before, I found myself a little mesmerized. I just stood and gazed at them for ages. Yes, I know what you mean. They somehow make all thoughts of anything else vanish from your mind. Oh? What are we doing? We're supposed to be investigating the case. Gosh, yes, I forgot about it. You've been leading me up the garden path since we got here, Ernest. If only we had someone or something to take the lead and stop us going astray. Well, surely we can manage. Let's get back on track now and start tailing the Ernest of this morning again. We could do that, or I could actually look around at all the goat stuff. Look at this one, Miss Layton. It's such a sweetie. Oh, watch him. He'll eat absolutely anything, he will. Really? Yikes, it looks like he was just about to nibble my finger. I don't think he'd go for human flesh, don't worry. But he'll have the morning paper out of your hand if you let him too close. Really, he eats paper. Actually, I've read that goats do that. Not very good for them, so I don't allow it, but some students think it's funny and feed it to them anyway. On purpose? Yeah, if they do badly on a test, for example, they might feed the score sheets to them. I stop them if I'm here, but I can't be watching all the time. Gosh, what rotters. We just heard about someone disposing of their 3 out of 10 now, didn't we? There's a puzzle on this other goat. Back to the maze. We've done this type of puzzle twice already. Let's see, the girl is down there, and she can only move this way, so I may as well have her do that. The boy, oh, wait. I have the boy step down on this one, that she can go through and open up the blue one, that he can go back and open up the blue one, that she can... okay. Yeah, it's a bit more complicated, I'll give him that. I'll have the boy stand on this other yellow switch instead. Now we can finally open this red gate there. Should be nice and simple.
This should do it, I think. And that's how it's done.
It's very relaxing watching the goats here. They have such a calm and peaceful life. I know it's awfully easy to forget the times and find you've been here for hours. Still got stuff we need to look around here. How about this trough? How about this large pitchfork? Sacks. Shed. Fence. Other fence. Hey, the top of that fence post had a coin. You there. Looks like a lot of work carrying these goats. Yeah, well, any living thing's gonna take a lot to look after. Oh, there was this tricky situation a while ago as well. Bad-tempered goats. Here we have 9 goats who really don't get along. If they find themselves within 2 squares of each other, vertically or horizontally, they start to fight. Luckily, they don't fight if they are on a diagonal from each other or separated by a rock. Alright. If they find themselves within 2 squares, whatever. That would be fine. That would be fine. That would be fine. This would be fine. So would that. So would this. There. And they are within 2 squares vertically or horizontally, but they do not fight if they're on a diagonal or are separated by a rock. These are separated. Those are all separated. Oh, these two would start fighting, though. That would be an issue. Okay, so I am gonna have to make some adjustments. Or maybe just that. Oh wait, no, these two are now within 2 of each other. If I put these two on the diagonal, if they stand diagonal from each other, they don't fight. So I could put this one here. No other goods nearby. Plus this thing too, it is a rock. These are not within 2 squares of each other. There's 3 squares apart. I'm gonna say I done did it.
So, in conclusion, thank goodness I got that right.
Yep, that's how we had to resolve it, but you see what I mean? Yes, I see, it seems like jolly hard work indeed. Don't eat a lot for their size, so you have to feed them regularly. Which means a lot coming out the other end, if you know what I mean. I have a big job cleaning up all the big jobs. I see, they certainly need a good amount of care and attention, don't they? Yes, it's a lot of work, but the ghosts are really important to us. Not just part of the research program either, we use the manure as fertilizer all over campus. Really, so those wonderful blooms are thanks to these little creatures. I never would have guessed. The coats come in useful in unexpected ways, I see. Yes, they do. They're very popular with the students, actually, and with the professors. Loads of students come here to see how they're getting on. Dr. Ohm, you know, the plant genetics guy, he likes to come too. Dr. Ohm? Yeah, I think he finds it helps to clear his mind when he's been focusing hard on his research. So he finds it relaxing to watch the goats as well. Adorable goats. Very important. Very, very important indeed. Pack, I don't mean to bleed around the bush, but I'm not sure if I've got one for you. Ha ha, ha ha, ha 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 ha. That was B-L-E-A-T. Bleed around the bush. So you'd been looking at the flowers, you trod in some goat poo, you came here to wash it off, and then you stayed and watched the goats. What did you do after that? After that, Oh, that's right, the cat! The cat. First a goat and then a cat. Yes, I was about to head back to the faculty building when a cat jumped across my path. So I ran after it. Don't tell me, you were still wound up, even after the flowers and the goats, so you wanted to stroke a furry feline? No, I was worried it might get lost. So I thought I should try to catch it and take it back to its owner. Oh, aren't you sweet? Gosh, well, yeah, the only one walking astray was Ernest. Ha ha, ha ha ha, stray, 'cause cat, ha ha. So where did this cat chase take you? Actually, it ran back towards the roses, so I followed it there. Alright then, let's get back to the flower bed where we were before. One of these days we might actually get to the scene of the crime. Miss Layton seemed frustrated with my movements earlier that day were apparently getting us nowhere fast. But in fact an unforeseen turn of events was soon to lead us to the crime scene. Alright, let's embrace our inner cat and stretch. Ah. Back really breaking out all those hint coins tonight. I appreciate it. Let's do the leg as well. Why not? I'm not quite getting the whole thing on camera, but you can say I'm doing it, right? Other leg. Whew. Yeah, thanks for the stretch and the 2 punts. Hey, Doonpick. This is where I followed the cat to these roses again. You caught the cat here. Well, I did manage to pick it up in my arms, but it managed to wriggle free again. I obviously flustered it because it jumped straight through that open window. That one on the right. On the right? Ah, you mean there. And did you go after it? Well, I was worried it might damage something inside, so I climbed up to look through the window. But then I slipped and fell headlong inside. It's because of the beautiful roses growing right next to the windowsill. I was being so careful not to trample them, I got myself into a funny position and, well, it made me go sort of oopsie-daisy right into the room. And the room happens to be Dr. Ohm's laboratory. So you fell into Dr. Ohm's laboratory from the window. Is that about the size of it? Yes, exactly. It was simply an unfortunate accident that I ended up in there at all. Then, as I was rubbing my head after it had taken a knock, someone, who I presume was a student, came into the room. The cat immediately shot out the open door and into the corridor before you could blink. No one else saw it. So when I told people I'd been chasing a cat, everyone thought I was lying. See, that's how you came to be a suspect. Yes, I thought I was a burglar, so I had to be questioned by the police. Finally then, we've reached the scene of the crime. I see how your movements this morning led you here now. I'm trying to do the slight British thing for both of them, and because these two speak so much, I try to keep the voices easier. So they're both gonna be more similar to my voice. Not like the pirate voice. The pirate only shows up once in a while, so then I can hurt my throat. But I try to give Ernest more of a deep, composed sort of thing, and Cat closer to me. Well, Miss Layton, do you think you can prove my innocence? All I think I can prove at the moment is that you're incredibly unlucky. Oh, I think everyone knows that already. But you have one stroke of luck today, Ernest. What's that? You met me. Don't worry, I'll work something out. Probably. Oh, I do hope you can, miss. Yeah, try to hit a deeper register with Ernest, but I'm not, like, a voice actor or anything. Never claimed to be. Why don't we take a closer look at this window, which you managed to oopsie-daisy your way through? Was it this one? That one? This one? This is the window, isn't it? The one by which the cat and then you entered the lab? Yes, it was open a slither and the cat squeezed through. Right then, let's follow in your footsteps and squeeze in as well. Wait, we can't do that, Miss Layton. Why not? Because you can't just climb into rooms through windows. But if we're following in your footsteps, we have to. Yes, I understand, but we could get into trouble. More trouble. The police might start saying that you're a thief as well. I suppose you've got a point. So what do you suggest? We go around and go in through the main entrance? That seems a bit dull. I think dull might be for the best, miss. Just this once. Following my earlier footsteps, we'd finally arrived at the scene of the crime after a lot of to-ing and fro-ing. We would soon be in Dr. Ohm's laboratory, where the truth behind this case would be revealed. Or so I'd hoped. Now this cat is here now, it's probably got a puzzle for us. So I'll save. Oh no, it's just extra dialogue. Oh, there it is. That's the cat I was chasing. I wonder if it belongs to anyone. It doesn't seem to be lost, really. That's the way out of there, Puss. If you're finished what you came for, you'd better be getting home. Meow! Gosh, can you speak to animals, miss? Of course, it's what every gentlewoman does. Well, every gentlewoman worth her salt, anyway. I say, how spiffing! Ernest, please, I'm pulling your leg. Animals can't talk. Everyone knows that. Heck, I'm just gonna get you caught up here. There you go, that is the full extent of what their name means. Oh, you've got me, how silly of me. They haven't said his first name in a while, but it completes the joke. I mean, he's no Thomas Edison. Well, this place really hasn't changed at all. Oh, and Pac, you know, if he did apply electric shocks to his plant research, he might be the most current professor. I've done it, Miss Layton. I've finally properly entered Gressenheller University. I'm a student here, but I've finally walked through the door after walking into the flower bed and stepping in goat poo and getting distracted at the goat shed and climbing in the window and being accused of stealing research from Genome and being taken to Scotland Yard and interrogated. Oh, it was my first day and I did all that, but I didn't step through the door. Till right now. That's how you do college. Yes, Pac, yes it was. I think you might be alone in your excitement about this, Ernest. So let's find our way to Dr. Ohm's laboratory, shall we? Time is of the essence. Oi, you two. Oh no, it's him again. Who's him, eh? The cat's mother? Inspector Hastings to you, sunshine. Hello, Inspector. I think we just saw your cat, actually. Is that why you're here? Have you lost it? You're trying to be funny, miss. I'm investigating the case, as you very well know. Yes, of course. The cat of Dr. Ohm's stolen research paper. The case! I said the cat! The case of Dr. Ohm's stolen research papers. Have you discovered any new information? No, we haven't gotten any new leads yet. We're just... Hang on, why am I telling you anything? Keep your nose out of police business. I thought I had you there for a moment. You think I'd fall for a cheap trick like that? You'll be lucky. I thought I told you to go home back at the yard, didn't I? So what are you doing here? We're also investigating the case. I thought I could prove Ernest was innocent. Innocent? Good luck with that. The lad here's the prime suspect. But I really didn't do it. There's no point keeping up the pretense, sunshine. Ohm himself made a statement saying he's sure you're the culprit. The only one who could have done it. Dr. Ohm, he thinks I'm guilty too. Anyway, the prof's lab is off limits, you hear? Now on, no one goes in there without permission. But Inspector, we won't be able to. Very well. Good, I'm glad we understand each other. Now clear off. You're getting under my feet here. I suppose we'll just have to give up then. That is a good one, Pac. That's a good one. Unfortunately, the problem is they haven't really found any evidence. And they only suspect Ernest because he was the only one anyone saw at the crime scene. But if there was actual evidence, that would be fantastic. Level 5 would definitely have made that joke in that case. Greaves, don't go off on any unannounced holidays, eh? We want you down at the yard again before long. Could I clarify something, Inspector? You said people without permission weren't allowed in the laboratory, didn't you? So, presumably, if you had permission, you'd be granted entry? Yeah, obviously, but the prime suspect and unrelated members of the public aren't gonna get it. I'm in charge here, so what I say goes. Oh, very clear, thank you. Come along then, Ernest. Where are we going, miss? Just follow me. Believe me, a single woman living alone in London doesn't let little things like this stop them. Alright then. I did say I'd trust you, so... I thought Inspector Hastings' appearance was going to put a stop to our investigation there and then. But Miss Layton wasn't giving up. She seemed to have a plan. I resolved again to put my faith in her, and followed as she walked away. Okay, but you know we gotta check the lobby here for, like, puzzles and stuff, right? And to think their suspicion of Ernest all stems from the fact that he was at the crime scene. And Inspector Hastings is just being a real thorn in our side. But Katrielle, she rose to the occasion. She's got her ways. That was that. Nah, you didn't even have to pay for those puns. I just made them. Flavor text. Really, nothing else here? Coins, no, nothing. Ah, there was another coin. Oh, puzzle. I thought so. Puzzle hiding on the notice board. Completely unrelated. Let's just solve it anyway. Number cruncher. Okay, let's do our crunches. Ready? Okay. 5 additional sums have been drawn on the blackboard, but some of the numbers have been omitted, with either a dotted circle or a dotted square. The numbers 1 to 8 go in the dotted circles, but you can only use each number once. Reading from left to right along each row of numbers, the digits must appear in ascending order. What goes in the question mark space? Alright then. Ernest's suspicion stems from him being at the crime scene. The inspector is a thorn in our side, but Katrielle rose to the occasion. That is what I said. Okay, so just got a process of elimination this. Alright, so 2, and we're trying to fill in all the numbers 1 to 8. You can only use each number once. Each row has the digits in ascending order, so if this is a 2, then this is a 1. Because I have to use the number 1, and it's not going to appear after any number bigger than 1. And naturally that's gotta be a 3. Alright, so then next up would be 4 and 5. One of those, a 4 goes in one of these spots. Don't know which exactly, but it's not 4 and 5. Welcome back, Basak Words. We're in a flashback story about Ernest's first day at university. And basically, he never went through the front door, but he was accused of stealing very important research from a professor. He smelled the roses, he stepped in goat poo, he washed off the goat poo, he chased a cat through the window. And that placed him at the crime scene. So, Inspector Hastings is not having him, because they don't know each other yet. This is a flashback. That's all we've really got so far. Let's see. So, again, one of these has to be a 4. And the other one has to be something that adds with 4 to make a 2-digit number. Which would be like 7 or... Probably not 8 or 9 because they have to be last. Actually, it can't be 7 either because I can fill that in here immediately. That means 8 has to be the last number in this row because they're in ascending order. So 4, 5, and 6. Question is, would that be 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, or 2, 3, 5, 6, 7? And again, I should be able to figure that out. Here, you know? It would have to be like... Couldn't I do 4 and 6 makes 10? But then 5 can't go there. So, hold on. Oh, there was an undo button that I hit, apparently. That's even better. So I can do 6 and 4. Makes 10. And then the 5 can go here in between 4 and 7 where it belongs, and 8 plus 5 is 13. Heck yeah. Just like Ernest's unlucky day.
Thank goodness I got that right.
And we save that. Alright, now leaving because the inspector said the crime scene's off limits. Where are we going, miss? We need to get permission to enter the lab. As it happens, I was coming here today to meet with someone who may be able to help in that regard. I'm sure he'll say we're allowed into the lab. Really, but I thought Inspector Hastings was in charge. The problem is where to find him. Perhaps we should ask that detective over there if he's seen him. Oh yes, alright. Excuse me, Booker, can I ask you something? I wonder if you've seen Dean Del Mona. The Dean? Well, according to my notes here, yes, I was also looking for him, it seems. I wanted to ask him some questions. But apparently, if my notes are to be believed, he was off campus. Oh dear, off campus? Do you happen to know where he's gone? To Scotland Yard to meet with Inspector Hastings. Oh, we just saw the inspector. They obviously missed each other then. Yes, I'll just note that down. Well, it looks like we'll have to head back to Scotland Yard ourselves. So that's who you wanted to talk to about gaining entry. Yes, I need to discuss some things with him. Gosh, I can't believe you know the Dean, Miss Layton. That's amazing. It's no surprise if you know anything about her father. He clearly doesn't, because this is a flashback. He's been the head of Gressenheller University for donkey's years. Ernest probably has used that expression in this game already, but heck if I remember him doing it. He must be one of the most famous people in London. Hack, TMI. I know that's a pun though. Have a good night, Peck. Actually, it's my father who knows the Dean, really, not me. Your father? I'll explain some other time. For now, we must hurry back to Scotland Yard. Yes, you're quite right. We don't want to end up passing each other as well. No, so let's get a move on. Together we hurried back to Scotland Yard. I was still rather bemused by Miss Layton's acquaintance with the Dean. How did this young detective woman come to know one of the country's most preeminent scholars? Like she said, it was her daddy. Daddy made that connection. And back inside. Now then, where is he? Ah, there he is over there. Oh yes, it really is him. Have you ever met him before, Ernest? No, never. At the welcoming ceremony, he was just a little dot up on the stage at the front of the hall. Gosh, my palms are sweating. Again, that's the second time I've said this in this case. I mean, am I really about to meet the most important person in the whole of Gressenheller? No time for nerves, come along. There he is, the most important person in a distinct pink outfit. Save before talking to him because I have a feeling he'll puzzle us. I called it. Hello, Dean. It's been a long time, hasn't it? I don't remember what voice I gave him in the last chapter. Katrielle Layton will bless my cotton socks. It most certainly has been a long time. How are you, my girl? Very well, thank you. You haven't changed at all. Ah, tell me, how's your father? I haven't seen him in a while, actually. No, he's gone missing. What? Missing? Yes, they're looking into it here at Scotland Yard, but nothing yet. That's actually why I wanted to see you. Do you know where he might have gone? I've absolutely no idea. I'm terribly sorry, Katrielle. I wish I could be more helpful. Still, I wouldn't worry about old Herschel. Wherever he is, I'm sure he's perfectly fine. No doubt he'll show up again soon enough, as if nothing had happened. Yes, I'm sure you're right. You know, I'm glad I bumped into you. My granddaughter sent me another puzzle. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. And another tiling puzzle. You can use as many tiles as you need, but you gotta fill every space. And no overlap. That go in? Okay, that went in. Figuring out how to fill this corner is gonna be interesting. I mean, I could do this. Then I wouldn't want to do that. Wouldn't do that either. I mean, if I can use as many as I want, then can't I just... That's not... That's quite wide for what that is. Yeah, I don't see that being useful. I might have to rearrange those a bit. Yeah, definitely. Because I'm getting more like this now. Oh, but that's gonna leave an empty space. That's where we start running into issues. I mean, I could have something like this to get around that. But then where would I put another tile? It just doesn't really work out. I could do this, but that's still gonna leave an empty space even if I use the smaller tile up there. Oh, hello. Hello? Yeah, so I feel like there's just gotta be a way to do that upper part with, you know, pretty much exclusively the 3-piece. Maybe that shouldn't go there. No overlap allowed. Hmm. Getting somewhere? Not quite. That's gonna make that an issue. Alright, just... Oop. I'm convinced we need at least one of these bigger tiles. Like, there's no rule against using all 3 pieces, but there's just not really ways to make that fit. Because you got this long, thin space here. Can't really be handled by these corner pieces. Like, I could do this, but then I would need to build this long part instead, and that piece doesn't fit there. So that's why I was thinking more like that. That's that. Okay. No, but I can't put that piece there. Right, this piece cannot go where I currently have it. There's just no way to make that work. Okay, maybe that is where I need that after all. And we run into this issue. Unless I do that. Alright, closing in. Oh, the puzzle lied. It said I could use as many tiles as I need. But it actually outright tells me when I've used the right number of these. It says I can't place any more of that one.
This is an interesting
Puzzle
one.
didn't say anything about a limit on
Puzzles
pieces.
are made for solving.
But of course there was always going to be that intrinsic limit of what pieces could actually fit in. Alright, she helped with the random puzzle, now moving on. I actually came down here to Scotland Yard to meet with Inspector Hastings, but I can't find the man anywhere. That's because he's at the university, I'm afraid. Oh, you mean we just missed each other? How irritating. I hear there's been an incident on campus. A theft? Yes, a nasty business. That's what I'd come to talk to the inspector about. I'd like to ask for your permission to investigate the case myself, Dean. You, Katrielle? Yes, I'll get to the bottom of it. But the police are already well underway with their own investigation. I'm aware of that. But I think perhaps a different perspective might be called for. I may be able to see things in a way that the police can't. Alright then. I can't really see any harm in it. I'll allow it. If you've your father's crime-solving skills, no doubt you'll see to the heart of the matter in an instant. Thank you. So you'll permit us into Dr. Ohm's laboratory, I presume, the scene of the crime? Yes, yes, of course. You have free reign over the entire university, Katrielle. Wonderful. In that case, we'll be getting straight down to business. Good luck. I'd like this cleared up as soon as possible. The reputation of the university will suffer if it drags on. I say, that was Beezer. Double Beezer. You were chatting with the dean as if you were old friends. And more importantly, he's given us permission we need to investigate the laboratory. Yes, Inspector Hastings won't be able to turn us away now. No, he won't. So let's go back there and rub his extra-large nose in it. So we'd managed to obtain permission we needed to enter the lab and investigate. I was as perplexed as ever by Miss Layton, especially after the familiar tone she seemed able to adopt with Dean Delmona. Whee! Alright, here we are then. Dr. Ohm's laboratory is just up ahead. Oh look, miss, there he is, Inspector Hastings. Not you two again. I've had just about enough of your sauce, alright? You're not coming in here, and that's final. Actually, it's not. We have permission to investigate the laboratory now. In fact, we have permission to do whatever we deem necessary. Come on, do you think I was born yesterday? Who gave you permission? Because it certainly wasn't me. Dean Delmona authorized it personally. The Dean? Presumably you're not going to flout his authority. I don't. Dean Delmona said it was alright. Go on then. In you go. Thank you, Inspector. Come along, Ernest. Oh, yes. Do excuse us, Inspector. I don't know what the Dean's playing at, letting you clowns investigate. This is highly irregular. Even Inspector Hastings was powerless to stop us now that we had Delmona's permission. I waited with bated breath to see what miraculous deductions Miss Layton would be able to make. In case you're wondering, for those coming in later, in case you're wondering why Ernest keeps stopping and narrating, because he is in the present time telling this story to Cheryl. So every time he stops and does that, it's him talking to Cheryl back in the present. This is it, miss, the research laboratory of the highly regarded Dr. Gene Ohm. Isn't it exciting? So this is where the incident took place. And you got in here through that window, was it? That's right. That's the window I was peering in through when I slipped and fell. With an oopsie-daisy. Did I mention that? You did. And that's presumably Dr. Ohm over there. According to Inspector Hastings, he's accused you of the crime. Gosh, I idolize the man, but he thinks I'm a criminal. Well, I think we should start by interviewing him. Excuse me, Dr. Ohm. Who are you? I'm Katrielle Layton. Dean Delmona's given me permission to investigate the theft of your research paper. It's a disgrace, I tell ya. And wait, you're the young chap who took them. No, I assure you, Professor, I've been wrongly accused. I didn't do it. What are you even doing here? Didn't they take you back to Scotland Yard? They did, but they had to let me go because they didn't have enough evidence. Clearly Ernest was acting suspiciously and did enter the laboratory through a window, but he's not the culprit. I intend to clear Ernest's name by finding the true thief and bringing him or her to justice. We'll need to make a thorough search of this laboratory in order to gather supporting evidence. I don't know what you think you'll be able to find, but if the Dean's given you his permission, I can't stop you. Be my guest. Just don't upset any of my experiments. Thank you. We'll try not to take too much of your time. Oops, I didn't mean to open the journal. I meant to save. Alright, what are you hiding from us, Genome? Fashion farthings! He was hiding the clothes money. Dr. Ohm's desk is enviably tidy, isn't it? A far cry from a certain other Gressenheller professor. A certain other... sorry? Never mind. It's just that you generally think of academics as being too engrossed in their work to care about keeping their things in order. That's an odd for a long time, fan. Excuse me, I don't know what other academics you know, but I'll thank you not to tar me with the same brush. Oh, sorry, I didn't think you could hear me. I'm clean and tidy by nature. I can't relax unless I have everything in order. It's really very simple. You put things away after you've finished using them. You put rubbish in the bin. When you're finished with documents, you dispose of them properly. You can't write a coherent paper about anything if you're surrounded by mess. That's what I believe, anyway. That's why I always keep things neat and tidy. I see, so that's how the great professor works. Fascinating. Nothing in the feather. What else are you hiding from us, Genome? We already found our clothing budget. Nothing in the drawers. If you're under a microscopic lens, you'll find flavor text. Add the veggie to the collection. Oh, puzzle in the beakers. Precious medicine. The valuable bottle of medicine has slipped out of the boy's hands. Try to limit the damage by placing one piece of wood to let as little medicine spills on the floor as possible. Okay, I can do it at an angle. Where would be the best place to position the wood? I mean, can I just do this? Because this is a thing that a latent puzzle would do, right? Somehow I don't think that counts for this one because, you know, the whole point is that he dropped it. But I mean, maybe? I'm gonna keep that in mind. Or do I need to shove it up in there? Bloop. That would make it like a cork, maybe. I have a feeling this one could be finicky. I mean, if I place it horizontally, then it's just gonna roll off the side like it does on these other plates. I mean, if we discount the, if we discount putting it over the bottle cap, pretend that's not the answer for a second. I mean, the only places it lands on the floor are here and here. So that would mean if I put it on one side or the other, there would still be one strand of medicine rubbing onto the floor. But the answer must be a way to like block it completely. So you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this, even though it doesn't really make sense in this context.
So, in conclusion...
Yeah, frickin' Leighton.
I wasn't entirely sure.
Okay, well, it said if it was sealed shut to begin with, but they didn't say where should you place the wood before he drops it. They said they dropped it, and then you have to place the wood. So, like, that's kind of misleading writing. That didn't stop me from getting it, obviously, because I've played enough Leighton. Alright, proving you didn't steal his research data will be rather pivotal in realizing your wish of working with him. Yes, of course. Oh, that had no story relevance. That was just a puzzle. I thought they were gonna go on to talk more about the story. What else are you hiding from me? The time? The lights? The window? Oh look, there's a fine view of the rose bed out the window. Ah, you noticed the roses, have you? I say, they're simply spiffing. Oh, aren't they? I often stop and gaze out the window myself. Who tends to the flowers, Dr. Ohm? I don't really know, to be honest. I heard some of the students manage the gardening around here. Gosh, that's impressive. Flowers like that take an awful lot to look after. Yeah, I should be thankful to the students, I suppose. Whenever I get a little fed up with my progress, I find those beautiful roses often cheer me up. So the view from your window helps when you're writing papers, you mean? We're almost there. Just need the roses, fallen. Other window. Potted plant. Stool. Person. Dr. Ohm, would you mind if I asked one or two questions? If you must, I'm a very busy man, you know. Yes, tell me, why is it you've accused Ernest of stealing your papers? For crying out loud, he was seen climbing in through the window. You don't need to be Einstein to figure it out. I'm sorry, Dr. Ohm, you're mistaken. That's right, miss, you've set him straight. Ernest had admitted entering the room through the window, but he didn't climb in, he fell in, with an oopsie-daisy. I don't think that's really relevant here, miss. Oh, really? But you kept mentioning it. Look, I was here just before you snuck in through the window, and all my papers were accounted for. I had an appointment, so I'd left the laboratory, but I made sure I locked the door on my way out. Then just after you broke in, one of my students came and let himself in here with a spare key. He saw you in here, for goodness sake. When I got back, the papers I'd left on my desk were gone. They can't have just disappeared into thin air. Who else can be responsible but you? I don't know, but... Just a moment, Dr. Ohm. You said that you'd locked the door when you left the room. What about the window? Didn't you lock that? Oh, I remember now. I actually saw Dr. Ohm opening the window while I was standing and admiring the roses. The same window that the cat jumped in through, I mean. I don't remember. I intended to lock the window too, but... The point is, you don't expect to see people sneak in through windows. The fact you did proves you were up to no good. Dr. Ohm, I wish you'd believe me. I don't think there's anything you could say to him at the moment that would change his mind, Ernest. Just have to find irrevocable proof. Yes, I suppose so. Well, now that I've had a look around the lab... Have you managed to find the evidence we need? I find your actions are more and more suspicious, Ernest. Oh, no. Not really, I was just pulling your leg. Gosh, I nearly fainted. Still, I can't find anything that really proves your innocence. For the time being, you'll still be considered a suspect, I'm afraid. Need to find something that points to the true culprit. Just something. This is the real problem, this is. Dr. Ohm, what's wrong? I've been trying to carry on with this paper despite my important documents having been stolen. But without them to refer to, I'm lost. I can't make head nor tail of what's written here. Oh dear, would you let me have a look, Professor? You? But you're the thief. Well, why not? The way things are, they can't get much worse. Thank you. This is what's giving me trouble, you see? It's a puzzle. To the letter. The letters on the left have been transformed into the symbols on the right. Using the same rule, what symbol would the bottom letter turn into? Choose from the 4 possible options. Alright, so there's some sort of inversion going on. Is there another? No. I mean, the V's upside down, but that's just gotta be a coincidence considering what's going on with the M. Which to me, it's kind of like the middle part is upside down, and then the 2 edges kind of meet in the middle to form that up arrow. But if I do that to the X, then that would make the same thing as the M, so that's not quite the rule. Take the inside and turn it. If I take the X's insides and turn them out, then I get the diamond figure, but is that what's going on with the others? Oh, actually it is. That is what's going on with the others. You cut it in half and then you swap sides. B, cut in half, swap sides. M, cut in half, swap sides. So, yeah, it's the diamond.
I have a feeling that perhaps... Thank goodness I got that right.
Ha! Yes, that makes sense now. What does that have to do with your plant research? I don't know. What did you say your name was again? Ernest Greaves, was it? Very impressive. If you weren't a thief, you'd have a promising future. I do wish you'd believe me, Professor. I really didn't steal anything. It doesn't make any difference who did it now. Tomorrow's the deadline for the paper submission. Tomorrow? Oh golly, that is a pickle. You're telling me. I was due to finish it off today, but that was before my documents were pitched. It's no use. Without that data, I can't write another word. The whole world is watching and waiting to see what I publish next. But I'm not going to be able to satisfy their thirst for knowledge this time. Oh dear, what a mess. It's beyond my control, though. Now that my documents are gone, blame the scoundrel that stole them. You won't meet the submission deadline. It's beyond your control. Are you alright, miss? I wonder. I think I might know why the documents went missing. Slayton was still deep in thought, but I could see that the truth of the case was bubbling up inside her. It was a divine act. I knew it. Some deity of the Layton universe stole your research paper. Yes, sir. That's solved the case. I've got it. I know exactly what happened. Really? You mean you can prove I didn't do it? Yes, Ernest, you're off the hook. This mystery is history. So who did take the professor's documents then? I'll explain everything later. First, I want you to go and fetch Inspector Hastings. What, me? Yes, you. Who else could go? Run along now, Ernest. Chop chop. Oh, yes.
can put the puzzle of your missing documents to bed now. That mystery is history.
Really?
They are there.
Hey? But I don't... What? The roses.
What on earth does this business have to do with that bed of roses?
That's the result of your research.
What are you talking about? I researched genetically engineered plants. Those are just ordinary run-of-the-mill flowers of the genus Rosa. What possible connection could they have to my work?
You hit a brick wall with your research. With the presentation of your paper fast approaching, you needed to buy yourself some time. So you arranged for your documents to be stolen.
Who planted that idea in your head?
If Pac was still here, he'd appreciate that they actually did use that joke.
Of course, it left you with the problem of disposing of reams and reams of paper. And then you realized you could feed it to the goats the university keeps, whose droppings are used as manure for those roses.
You're kidding.
So those roses are the fruits of your labor. Haven't they bloomed beautifully? You must be delighted. In other words, Ernest here is innocent. So, Ernest, I'll leave you to take it from here.
Miss Layton, you are magnificent.
It's over. All that research and for what? I've absolutely nothing to show for any of it.
Oh man, okay, real talk for a second. Part of me is always considered the college professor route. Because, you know, I'm a bit of an academic. But, you know, when I looked into it, so many places require that you're, like, constantly putting in research and outputting some sort of publishable work. And I've never taken the plunge to do it because, now, I'm worried about this exact scenario. Like, what's even left in the world to research? What can I contribute? And how on earth would I constantly keep finding new things? Like, I feel for certain I would hit that brick wall almost immediately. Granted, I don't think any place I would work would have goats to feed it to.
It doesn't have to be over, Professor. Why don't you start again? I'd gladly help you.
Ernest, you mean you can forgive me? After everything I've done?
I've watched you conducting your research for a long time now. I know better than anyone what an exceptional man you are. I'm quite sure you'll succeed given enough time. So let's start again. Working together.
Well, Ernest, you're exceptional yourself. Thank you.
I've not personally played The Witness. I'm not even sure if I have a platform that can run that game, because my PC is not very powerful in the games department. But I have seen it. Like, I've seen the opening of the game when someone played, like, the first bit of it in a demo. So I know how it's got, like, those environmental puzzles.
It's Miss Layton we should be thanking. Both of us.
I didn't hear about it coming to Switch.
I must think of some way to repay her.
Hey, maybe it did. Not like I was following it.
And that was the moment I realized. I realized what a deep respect I had for Miss Layton. What complete faith I had in her abilities.
Yes, Ernest, respect. Faith. That's what you have for her. It's not just a schoolboy crush on the pretty girl who helped to prove his innocence. No, certainly not the love at first sight scenario that has you following her around, hoping that one day she will requite your love.
And how I truly felt about her.
And I think you just think you feel that way about her. You know, at the time, it seemed like a life-saving situation. You didn't want to go to prison for something you didn't commit. She got you out of that bunch. And, you know, she's kind of cute to boot. So, I don't know, Ernest. Sure, there's really much of a deep thing there. Yeah. Well, that's chapter 10 for you. Alright, here is the epilogue involving the goats. Did I notice the reflection? I can't say that I did. Guess I'll have to go back and watch that. Look at them, Capra egregious hircus, such charming creatures. What was the... Hello, Dr. Ohm, back again, are you? I mean, the paper's not going well. I'm a little stuck as it happens. Very stuck, actually. There was a Luke in the reflection? Yeah, I'll have to give it a Luke. Later. Well, you're welcome to stay and watch the goats for a while to take your mind off it, but please, no more feeding them paper. No, I've learned my lesson. I'm sorry about that incident. Luckily, the goats don't seem to have been affected this time, but definitely don't do it again. I must say I was impressed with what a fine manure the goats produce. They've done wonders for the roses outside my lab. I wonder, perhaps there's something in it that I could incorporate into my research. Oh, Dr. Ohm, I didn't realize your research extended to goats. Teen Dalmona, So, how's the research going? Is that paper written yet? Oh, yes, it's going according to plan, don't worry. I won't miss the deadline this time. I was just, getting a change of scenery here, that's all. Yes, I understand. Very important to take a break from the books every now and then. Oh, but I must be getting back to my lab now, if you'll excuse me. Oh, he was certainly in a hurry to get away, wasn't he? To run away, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if he hasn't written a word of that paper yet. I'm getting a sense of deja vu. There was another professor here who never got papers in on time. Who was it? Oh, of course, it was Layton, the archaeology professor. Anyway, I just came to give the goats a little stroke, then I'll be on my way. Things to do and all that. Oh, careful, Dean. You have to keep your fingers well clear of this one. He likes to nibble anything and everything. Does he now? I hear your goats even eat paper. Luckily, since I put up posters around campus warning people not to do that, it's mostly stopped. Well, that's good to hear. Probably explains why this chap's so hungry now that he wants to eat my finger. Gotta start feeding him more. Yes, sir. Seems like I missed a collection item somewhere in that chapter, but I'm not really worried about getting those. But what I am worried about getting from that chapter is those bonus puzzles. Alright, not in there, not in there. 2 on the campus. I bet you have one. Yup. Yup. Back to the shoes. We've been here. Alright. But those are both. That's gonna take way more moves if I try to do that. Alright. Because one thing I can do is try and get these together. Now that bottom row would be all set. This would still need to be switched. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3.
I have a feeling that perhaps... That's a relief. I wasn't entirely sure.
Solving puzzles is always quite a feat. You got a puzzle? No, it's gotta be a hidden puzzle. Flowers. Not in this window. Not this window. The door. The middle door. The left door. Okay, the right arched window, of course. Apparently it looks odd. However, could I not have thought to check that window? Oh, I was wondering why we skipped from 1 to 3 on this puzzle. Here's the second one. Oh, that doesn't quite fit. Alright, well, maybe I could do it more like this. Those corners filled. No. That little sticky outy bit's gonna be a problem, so I'm gonna need to change that piece. Alright, let's just get all the corners. I think this is the only way to get that corner, if I'm not mistaken. There's a few ways to get the bottom left corner, though. That interaction's not gonna work out. That piece. That would leave a gap. Oh, look at that. Makes a nice rectangle when you put two of them together. Well, then maybe I should do that again.
This is an interesting one. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
Alright, that's another puzzle down. Let's see if there's any more hiding. Got that one. Those two got that one. There's two more in the flower bed. You didn't have a puzzle earlier, you stupid cat. Hanky stamp. Here we have 5 handkerchiefs. They're all exact same shape, color, and size. Using a round stamp, you need to mark so that they can be told apart. What is the fewest number of times you need to use the stamp? Once. It's once, and I'll tell you why. You can line them all up, and then you stamp them, and then the location of the partial stamp determines which is which.
This is an interesting one. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
Right, at least that one couldn't have been 0. Yeah, for example, you can line up the 4 corners and leave one unstamped, yeah. At least I didn't try to pull a 0 on that one because, you know, they're all identical. Alright, there's one more puzzle waiting somewhere in the grass. Our arch. Okay, over there in the distance. You need to make a gift box with flowers drawn on each side, using the flowery paper to make a net diagram of a cube with 6 adjoining sides. You need to include 6 different types of flowers. Alright, so one way to make a net cube would be to do like this T shape. I don't immediately see anywhere where you can make a T-shape like that and it doesn't duplicate, so, you know, they thought of that. But that's not the only way to make a cube net. You could also do something like this, I think. This one's not the answer because there's 2 sunflowers, but I'm pretty sure you can fold the cube like this. So that general shape could be it. And oh, that bottom right corner has to be in there. That would be important to know. So like that. Pretty sure you can fold the cube that way. You just envision it. So like the 3 sides would wrap. And the sunflower would go top of that, and then the tulip falls down, and then that leaves. Does that work? Now I'm starting to wonder if that really works. No, actually, I don't think that will work. But that might. Three sides come around and the rose comes down. And the daisy thing. Yeah, that's a cube net. I had to really think through what is and is not a cube net, but this should work.
This should do it, I think. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
Right, is that every puzzle? Seems to be every puzzle at the university. I'll double check Scotland Yard. There is one outside Scotland Yard and one inside Scotland Yard, so we still have two more. A lot of puzzles I needed to go back for this time. Reporter dude, you got it? No. Fire hydrant? No. The bus. Oh, I didn't check Big Ben. Or sorry, Elizabeth Tower. It adds up to nothing. Professor is a sick, tricky problem. The 3 blur 9 5 blur plus 1 apparently makes 0. Well, this'll take some thinking. All of these are single digits. Oh man. What's the trick here? What actually makes it add up to 0? What does the 0 mean in this context? Because it, you know, obviously the 6-digit number is not -1. Wait, they seriously want me to put the number 1 in as a possible minus sign? Okay, but in that case, how would I make -1 even? Because if I have to use one of the spots as a negative sign, it would likely be the middle one. But then there's no way to make the 2 digits in front exactly one less than the 3 digits afterwards. Unless both... As the first one is a 9. 93 minus 95 would be -2. And then if I subtract... No, that would be -3. I mean, the one as a minus sign idea might be what they want here. Maybe. Thing is, a 9 and the 5 are stuck there. Can any of the other numbers be turned in such a way that they make something happen? I mean, we kind of assume it's math, but that's why I asked earlier, could the 0 have a different context? If I turn the 3 backwards and combine it with the first 3, I could make 8. Right, a backwards 3 and a forwards 3 are 2 halves of an 8. So maybe something like that as well. I imagine 8 minus 9 makes that 8 minus 95 would be negative a lot. I don't think that actually helps. When I put a number there, I think it's just gonna show up as that number, but like, I'll use the 1 as an example. And yeah, it just... It's one of those things where I gotta look at it upside down and it spells something. The 9 is kinda like a... Yeah, the number doesn't change appearance. They wouldn't make a hint that big. I'm not saying that's necessarily a 1, but I can't erase it. So I'll just have to put a number there for the time being. Could this be the letter O instead of a 0? Oh. 23:59:59 would be 1 minute away from 0 o'clock on the military time. Now that you bring up the 59 thing. They just left out the colons. Right, there's no 24 o'clock, it cycles back to 0. That has to be it. I can't see any other
Finally,
options.
perhaps. Thank goodness I got that right.
That calls for a save. And finally, we missed one in the office of Hastings. On the phone, in the coffee, in the lamp, in the clock, in the other lamp, in the box, on the chair. In the drawer, in the news. In this open box, on the shelf. Out the window. The radio. In the cabinet. In any of the other cabinets. In the fan. On the map. Under the chair. Oh. Well, it was a lamp. Can never check too many lighting fixtures. We're back to this one. You can move horizontally, vertically, and diagonally. Right, this one where you gotta trace the path back to the ship. Potential paths back to the ships would be diagonally from this orb, or horizontally from this orb. There's no vertical path. I can't see any other diagonal paths working. That's where we're gonna need to move our orbs. No? Oh wait, I needed to do this first. And even then I might need to do these before I do that. This can reach there. Wait, did I? Oh, this can reach up there, so that's... Wait, what did I just undo? Trying to undo that much. Okay, so knowing this can reach all the way up here means I just gotta get these three into that one. Actually, I might need to get more than those three into that one. Oh wait, no, because those two can go there. Okay, so these are gonna join here. You're gonna join this one to go there. Here. Go all the way to the bottom right corner. Meet up with your friends up here. Finally, we just send them both to the spaceship.
This is an interesting one. Puzzles are made for solving.
Blast off. But actually, there is no blast off because they were already in space. They blasted off some time ago. That should be all the case. Puzzles. That should be all the puzzles here. I can double check on the billboard though. Yeah, all 16. Oh, I never went back to case 9. Hey, it's time for 3 more puzzles. I forgot to do this backtracking the last time. Alright, where are you hiding? Ah, on this street. Alright, 1 in the reception area, 1 on Hastings' desk, and 1 in the mayor's chamber. Oh, you weren't here before. Guess my age. Somebody sent a mysterious challenge. See if you can work on my age. If you add 20 to my age, the number is divisible by my age. If you add together the tens and units of my age, they make 5. Oh, blah 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 blah. Alright, so memo. Things that add up to 5. 1 and 4. 2 and 3. 5 and 0. 0 and 5. I'm just thinking here that the answer is 5. You mischievous 5-year-old trying to get me to solve your age puzzle. Womp womp womp.
This should do it, I think. Puzzles are made for solving.
And the Pickerats were 50. It was like 05 but backwards. Alright, we get to search this room all over again. Is it in this lamp again? How funny would that have been? Still not the window. Oh, it was the clock this time, of course. Is it gonna be like hourglass flipper thing number 2? Oh no, it's the Hanoi house. We got 25 moves. I need to make blue, yellow, red, pink, and blue, yellow, yellow, pink. I suppose first order of business is getting blue to the bottom of things. Okay, where did I mean, that... Either that or the other yellow has to be the first move, of course. If I just put all the yellow together, everyone can live in harmony. Yeah, that lets me put a blue on the bottom here. Then I can just... But I could even finish this house, but I wouldn't have much room to move things around, so I probably don't want to set that in motion just yet. Yeah, I want to do something like this to get blue on the bottom over there. And mix things. Get that red out. And then put the roofs on.
I have a feeling that perhaps... That's a relief. I wasn't entirely
Can
sure.
probably do it in less than what I did. I did it in 21. Alright, and what I imagine will be the final puzzle. Not counting minigames, what I imagine will be the final field puzzle for this stream. Look over here at this victory trophy. Race to the finish! We get to play Smash Melee! Boy, I miss the minigames from that era. Ultimate's great, but nothing beats the minigames in Melee. As far as Smash minigames go. I mean, Smash Run on 3DS comes close. That was probably the best one since Melee. 5 people are talking about a race. They started in A, B, C, D, E. One person sped up and took 3 other people. One after another. Then one of the other runners overtook 2 people. After that, the order did not change. When they finished, E was ahead of B, D was ahead of A. Show the order they finished the race. Ah. Okay, I just wanted to change the color. So they started. This. Oh my god. Okay, fine. I'll just... Actually, I have a pen and paper right here. Started in A, B, C, D, E. Stuff happened at the end. E was ahead of B. E was ahead of A. Alright, for one racer to overtake 3 other people, that racer had to have been in 4th or 5th place. So either that's when D passed C, B, and A, or that is when E passed D, C, and B. So I've got 2 timelines here. I'm just making like a branching little chart. Nope, wait. Where's my chart? There's my chart. I'm gonna make that branch off. So in timeline 1, D does the passing, and it becomes D, A, B, C, E. And in timeline 2, Link loses to Ganon, and we get A, E, B, C, D. Then one of the other runners overtook 2 people, so not the same runner. Which makes sense anyway, because that once they move into 1st or 2nd place, they can't overtake 2 people. It would not work that way. So then we get a couple new branches. Where this could turn into B overtaking 2 people. Or C overtaking 2 people. Or E overtaking 2 people in the first timeline because D was the one who did the passing. And back on timeline 2, E is in 2nd place Only B, C, or D can do the passing of 2 other people. But I don't even need to go through this timeline. Actually, I don't even need to go through that other timeline because D was ahead of A. And in the second timeline, after E passes 3 people, D is in last place. And A is in first place, so D's not catching up. So I just have to look through what I did on the first timeline. D was ahead of A on all 3 of those. E was ahead of B on 1 of those. That narrows it down nicely. It's D, A, E, B, C. This is the timeline where D passed 3 people and took first place, and then E passed 2 people to overtake B and get a solid third.
So, in conclusion, still not a patch on Miss Layton, of course.
Hello again, race to the finish from Smash Bros. Melee. You will be missed. Alongside each character's custom break the target stages, as well as the trophy. The trophy thing is not as missed as the other 2. But you know, it was okay because it had the other 2 to bolster it. So many buttons you can press, and only one of them really does what you want. As I struggle to get back to the agency before we take a look at the minigame levels, which I believe are the final levels for these 2 minigames. Let me take a quick look at how we're doing on meal. Got all the hors d'oeuvres, all the soups, still missing a main dish, and a dessert. But we're close. I mean, we're also close to the end of the story, so I mean, that was inevitable. But we'll be visiting that mode soon enough. This is the final level of the Passers-by minigame. First guy needs to take exactly 2 of those galactic gems, shall we call it. And there's still gotta be 1 left for everyone afterward. So what's gonna have you pass by exactly 2 cases with the gem in it? Possibly here, you could buy both at once. It depends where I need to put the others. He's gonna be the first one to walk through and grab the closest one he can. I could put one in the bottom left and then put the other one in one of these 3 cases, assuming I'm able to put side gems in these 2 for other people. Whatever I put over here, it will walk by this case, so. Just start with that and we'll see how things go. I don't want to put one in here because I won't buy anything else, so that's gotta be a side gem that they get forced to pass. Like if I put one here. But if I put one there, the first guy's gonna buy it up. That first guy might actually be what makes this the most difficult. So I have first guy do this. Oh, but right, he won't buy any extras unless he really needs to, so that doesn't help. I probably can't put in those spots either. Maybe there. Then the next person comes along, they only have to buy one extra. That there, make him pass by this on the way. Next person needs to buy 3 extras. Put one here with an extra, but then I can't make them. I can get them to go over here. I'm not even convinced that I can, because the other spots might be considered closer. It's not the last person. But if I can get them to go over there, force them to buy into this. But those 2 spots don't work for the last person regardless. I know this won't work, but I want to see how things play out so far. Okay, he bought too many. That's already an issue. That path worked out fine for him. She didn't even pass by that 3rd gem anyway. Okay, then she goes up there. That becomes an issue. What if I make you both go to this desolate corner? Oh, she's not gonna pass by that case, no way. Oh. Fell that one short. Okay, it's weird that that's... oh, it's not that weird. Take that route, I suppose. Get by that one. Only loop around this if that's the closest one. And then I just end up back at that. Shoot. Can't go there. Can. we bought up too many again. But now she won't pass by that one. That works for her, but not the previous. This spot's really making things tricky. What happens if I put this? Okay, what are the ways to make someone pass by this case? I could put one in the case. Or I could put one here, making them do this weird sort of wraparound. Not sure if I want him to be the one doing the wraparound. I shall avoid both of those other red ones now. Okay, maybe I do this one big. Maybe I do want him to wrap around, but I want him to use it as the way of getting his second. I'm close, I think. Be as simple as that. Did I do it? Or is she gonna go through the middle hallway and not take the trek down? Dang it! Issue with this is that, well, no, he won't pass too many in them. But I can't leave that one up there on account of they won't pass any other cases at all. Putting one here also makes them. Just buys it because it goes through the hallway where they're both. You're not gonna pass by the emerald. I feel like I had this exact configuration earlier though, because that ruby girl is not gonna do the whole loop. this point, if I... do this. If I force her into the bottom right corner, she can buy all 3 of these if I position them like this. How would I lure Emerald Guy up here? And I would, because currently they just go down here. These 2 cases, they don't pass by anything else. That is just not the right place for something. Here. Go in here and they do the loop. Don't stay there, I don't think. I think I got this. That taken care of. Come on, Hessie, don't let me down. Buy those rubies. Grab 1 more on your way out. Do it, you know you wanna. Now the runner's gonna go through the middle hallway and it's done. Congratulations, you've made a success of every single shop in the passers-by business. The bulk buyer's bargain basement has been added to Cat's conundrums in the bonuses. That's right, in the Layton series, when you clear all the levels of a minigame, you unlock a set of bonus puzzles, some of the more difficult puzzles in the game, that I'll probably be looking at the end of the stream series. That's it, we are done with these. No more jewel buying. Yeah, that is the plan. I don't know if it'll be part of its own stream or part of the last story stream yet. It depends on how long things take. But I do plan to show bonus content. Not every bonus content, because then I'd end up doing over 365 of these daily puzzles, and that would get repetitive. And believe me, I did do these on the 3DS to unlock a bunch of other cosmetic stuff. So, these will not be on stream, except I will probably show 1 of each type of daily puzzle to give any viewers a sense of what they offer. But I will not be doing every level. But stuff like Cat's Conundrums, those are totally fair game for stream, because those just fall in the regular puzzle index. Alright. I'm running a bit short on time, considering I've got work tomorrow, but I will look at this level and see if I can figure it out quickly, or if we'll need to do it next time. The final level of Hound in the Pound. Hit the switches. I'm going to read the description this time because last time that would have been very helpful, and I didn't. Hit the switches in the right order at the right times to find the fastest route. Alright, freedom waits here. It is potentially 4 moves away. We've also got these boulders to watch out for. So, obviously the answer is to hit the green switch right now. Psh! Splat. Although if I led with the purple switch, I could fill that hole, or I could lead with the blue and pink switches and fill that hole. Although hitting the pink switch would also cause this ball to roll. But I could potentially stop it here. I don't know if that's helpful yet. Could be. Might not be. What happens if I hit the yellow switch right now? That is a thing that just happened. No, not back to the level selection. I just want to undo. Alright, obviously I can't send Cheryl straight up. And... sending him to the left could maybe work, but I'm not so sure about that. I'm thinking we're gonna need to send him to the right. I'm curious about leading with blue. That fills that corner. Now pink, you join in. I kinda like this ball being here because that could potentially mean 1, 2, 3 or something like that. Although it says the fewest moves is 4, so it wouldn't be a 3-shotter like that. It does say hit them at the right time, so I'm probably gonna have to make some moves before I hit certain switches. But I do think I need to hit at least one switch before I make my first move. Because otherwise I send him into the crack up there, or I just move him one space to the left with no real effect. Unless that is a setup for something I'm not seeing right now. Oh, you know what? I didn't even really notice these balls down here. Even though they've been moving the entire time. I didn't mean to do that, I was just messing with the stick. Alright, where would it be beneficial for him to stop? Let's have it go like this. Did I try doing pink first? Yeah, I tried doing pink. Alright, well, it's unfortunate, but my time is running pretty much out here. Tomorrow's my longest work day of the week, and it's decently late for me. So we're gonna have to save this minigame level for the Thursday, where we'll also see Case 11. And we're apparently employing ourselves, because Katrielle's the one on the notice board. So, we're gonna solve our own case on Thursday, as well as this minigame. Thanks for stopping by, have a good night.